Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you may be listening, whatever time it may be. My name is Ryan Dooley. That is my co-host Justin Baker, and we are your hosts for Let's Talk Reds. Exciting news today, Justin. The Reds have finally made moves. I wouldn't call them big moves. They're doing stuff though. Justin, just how are you and your reactions to everything?
Yeah, so every transaction that's happened today has gone progressively worse for the Reds.
Yeah. So we were recording this actually. This will post tomorrow on Sunday, but we're recording this Saturday night. So the Reds recently was Bleday yesterday, or was that also today? I think it was
I believe they
yesterday.
both were.
Maybe not. He was
I
announced
believe they both
today.
were today.
Okay. The Reds have signed JJ Bleday on a 1 year. It's like what, $1.4 million deal.
It appears 8 a.m. this morning. They
Okay,
signed
so it
him
was
to
this
a
morning.
1 year, 1.4, I
1.4.
believe it is.
And then a trade with the Marlins for Dane Myers, who was actually seen rumored. I want a little shout out here. Foolish Baseball at the trade deadline said he wanted this trade to happen. Would have looked great then because he had a good first half, but man, that second half was awful for him last year. Um, they are the two big additions. They also added Caleb Ferguson, which that happened a while ago. I really do like that move. That's a bullpen arm that's going to be really good. We've needed a lefty for all of last year, so we can't keep throwing Sam Mole out there every game that we need a lefty and expect good results. So I like that one. But the two outfielders today, man, how frustrating has this been with all of the Kyle Schwarber rumors that were happening, and they offered him $125 million, and then these are the two contracts they could sign.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Reds fan and you're looking for any hope with this trade for Dane Myers, you can have a little bit of faith knowing that Santiago Espinal posted almost identical stats to
Yep.
him in the previous season.
Yeah.
So your big splash move is we have just traded for Santiago Espinal, who now plays the outfield and is going to platoon with JJ Bleday. Now, let's go through some of the numbers here for JJ Bleday. Um, he had a really good 24, and by really good, I mean he was just above league average with a 120 OPS plus, which sounds good. But then you go look at his other 3 years that he has had major league games, and in 2022 we have a 66 OPS plus, albeit that was in a very short amount of time. 23, 88 OPS plus, and then last year 92 OPS plus. So he has only been an above average MLB hitter one season.
We'll look at last year too. A 212 average. On Baseball Savant, his expected batting average is a 198, so even lower. So he got lucky on a lot of his hits. Yeah, looking at his Baseball Savant page, I was way more excited about this signing when it happened, and then I dug deeper into it and kind of looked more because I thought he had a pretty good season for the A's. He was red hot at one point, maybe early on in the year. There was some point that he was like red hot, and it was like, oh, JJ Bleday, here he is, the big top prospect. He was the fourth overall pick out of Vanderbilt to Miami in 2019, and just these numbers they're awful. Like I, what's the hope here? Our career 701 OPS, and most of that's coming from 2024. I mean, this is unreal.
He managed to make the Athletics in 2025. They were not a good team. They had no hopes of anything. He managed to make them point 0.3 games worse than if you were just a league average player.
Yeah,
He had a negative point 0.3 WAR for the Athletics. Like, what could we possibly be signing him
I
for?
mean,
Yeah, this is your Kyle Schwarber replacement right here.
and another thing to note, and already not strength of the Reds in their defense and especially outfield defense, -8 outs above average, fifth percentile, and like this, he is a liability. This is a DH. This is Miguel Andujar, left-handed Miguel Andujar in the outfield. He can't play the out like it's just this makes no. He's 43 percentile sprint speed. He's got a great arm, 81st percentile arm in the outfield. Great if we need that. look, if you look at his baseball savant page, it's this is nothing personal to JJ Bleday. I really liked him coming out of Vanderbilt, and I liked him as a prospect, but it's one of the worst baseball savant pages from last year that I've seen. Fifth percentile in WOBA, first percentile in expected batting average, 12th percentile in expected slugging. Like, what is? I don't know that there's an upside here. That this is just it's insane that this is the signing we make after showing that we were willing to spend as much as we were.
So the Cincinnati Reds coming into this offseason were looking for a power outfield bat to try and help them with power. And what they did is in the span of 12 hours, they got two players who combined for 37 points below league average OPS plus last season
Yeah,
together. And while that might not seem bad enough, they are actually both near, if not below average defenders as well. So it's not like you're getting much out of them in the outfield either, because Dane Myers, his defensive run save were +3 in center field and then net zeros in both of the corner spots.
yeah,
But you have to imagine he's not going to be playing center field if TJ Friedel is still on
yeah.
this
No,
team. So you just signed a negative -8 outs above average center fielder who's -1 in
yeah.
both
This
corners
is. I was
and
just saying
a
this is
+3 and then a net zero.
Dane Myers. This is the left fielder. It's him and Bleday are gonna platoon out in left field. I guess is the goal here. Funny enough, Bleday's numbers against lefties are incredible. He's night and day different. I had this pulled up earlier. Let me see if I can find this again. It's a small sample size from last year. Only 68 at bats and 870 OPS. 324 average, 3 homers. It's a small sample size, but maybe don't platoon him. Maybe see if those are sticky at all. The thing about Dane Myers, he's got a great arm, one of the best arms in all of baseball in the outfield. So that's, I mean, they've needed that. But if that's the reason behind this signing, it's just like he didn't even qualify for any of the baseball savant. Like, I can't see what percentile he is because he didn't qualify for any of these. You're signing him to be your Miguel Andujar replacement. You said this off the show right before we started. I guess this means Miguel Andujar isn't coming back, which I don't know about you. I would much rather have Miguel Andujar than either one of these. A 286 average, a 778 OPS against lefties is great. It was only in 105 at bats. Like, is that gonna is that gonna be what he is, or is he not? I mean, this is just I'm talking Dave Myers here. 57 at bats against lefties in 2024 and 20 at bats against lefties in 2023. Like, yes, he's been good all 3 of those years, but what is that? 200 at bats? Like, that's nothing to I don't know. This is just insane that these are the signings.
And then just to make the Miguel Andujar point a little bit better, they get Dane Myers, who is a net zero corner outfielder. Miguel Andujar in 2025 was a 2 defensive run saved right fielder.
Yeah.
Who now let's go check on the offensive side for Miguel Andujar. He batted 318
Mhm.
with 10 home runs. He had a 822 OPS and a 125 OPS plus. So everything Miguel Andujar did last season was better than Dane Myers, and they have opted to go with Dane Myers instead of him in the same platoon role that they have utilized the past. I don't even know how many years. Ever since Nick Krall's been building the rosters, we've gone with this platoon strategy, and it has never seemed to work. And I don't think that this one is going to go much better either.
Can we also just address what was never going to happen, but was talked about all week? Is that the Reds were close in trade talks with the White Sox for Luis Robert? It was never going to happen. Uh, it's been in trade talks for the last 3 years now, and it won't happen. I mean, this is they're not getting Robert now. They're not even going to try for him. This is their Dane Myers is good enough for them.
And he was barely good enough for the Miami Marlins,
Yeah,
who
this he
fought
doesn't
to even.
he doesn't start for the Marlins this year. By the way, what
And we trade Ethan O'Donnell, which I mean I don't think anyone.
low prospect. Yeah, it was
He's
pretty much
in
just a swap.
Chattanooga. He's in Chattanooga. He's like 23, 24 years old. He's pretty old. Not incredible numbers, like a 230 last season, I think it was. So you're not losing much. But if this guy is going to be on your big league roster and he's going to platoon with JJ Bleday, you are in some serious trouble in your outfield when these are the people that you are bringing in.
It's unreal. Yeah, Ethan O'Donnell. If you have anything else, go ahead. I'm looking up his stats to see where he was last year.
It's
Yeah, he's
it's
almost
nothing. It's not
24.
impressive. But
Um,
they the Reds slap their fans in the face with the Kyle Schwarber saying that they're not going to spend that money elsewhere, and then they go and reinforce that point by bringing in two people that the average fan probably has no idea who either of these guys are. Dane Myers, I only knew him just because I had seen some stuff about him in the first half of last season, and JJ Bleday. Only reason I even kept tabs on him is because we were there for his debut in
yeah,
Cincinnati when he went hitless in a 3 game series. He played all 3 games, did not record a single
yeah.
hit. So, I mean, he shows out at Great American Ballpark, apparently. Thank God he's going to play the majority of his home games here this year. Like, it almost hopes that, you would love to hope that they have something else. They're getting someone else, and these are going to be their bench players and platoon guys.
Yeah.
But it, everything that they've said does not seem like that's going to be the
No,
case.
it's unreal. I didn't want to talk Dane Myers last year. Uh, first half, first half. So before the All Star game, 282 average, 330 on base, a 381 slugging for a 711 OPS. I would take from a guy who's probably going to hit eighth or ninth in your lineup a 711 OPS. Second half, a 143 average, 217 on base, and a 219 slugging for a 436 OPS. Like, that's what if you want to like look for any upside here, JJ Bleday got way better in the second half last year, had an 801 OPS in the second half, only 103 at bats, but maybe something to build on there. I mean, it's just like, what's the vision here? Is that you're going to get 10 homers out of these guys? Like, JJ
Uh,
Bleday last year hit 14 homers in a minor league ballpark. Cincinnati's a great place to hit, but like, what
baseball,
are they doing?
baseball, baseball reference has him. This is for JJ Bleday. Uh, They have him projected at 15 home runs
Okay,
this upcoming season, and Dane Myers at 9.
okay, so
So that's 24 home runs. Where if they just spent a little bit more money, they probably could find a guy that could hit 24 home runs on his own,
yeah,
and then we wouldn't be
sure.
stuck in this issue.
Kyle Schwarber was gonna hit double, would have hit double that.
On his own, without fail. And you bring up a point of maybe JJ Bleday will build on his great second half. The last time we heard that was Gavin Lux coming over from the Dodgers, who had gone scorched earth in the second half, and then looked like he couldn't hit a baseball for some parts of that last season. Now, was he a average to a little bit above average hitter the entirety of the year? Yes, but the notion of he's going to continue his hot streak that he was on, I don't think any Reds player outside of Derek Dietrich in the past couple of years has come on and had a true hot streak to start a season, especially any of our free agent signings.
No,
Jameer Candelario, no. Mike Moustakas, no. I mean, I guess Nick Castellanos was
Castellanos.
yes.
But even in that 2020 season, I don't think he was all that good.
No, Shogo Akiyama, kill me. Like, what is that?
Yeah, it was
If either of
bad.
these guys have any sort of Shogo
Oh
Akiyama
my god.
tendencies in them, we need to fire them into the Ohio River and hope they can swim.
So I wasn't even gonna talk about this because it happened a little bit ago. You know who's a perfect guy to slot into this lineup?
The guy who got signed by the Chicago White Sox.
Manataka Murakami. 2 years, 34 million. For you could get one of the best pure sluggers in the entire league. Like, you what's your guess here on Fangraphs? Who's hitting fifth in this lineup right now?
For the
For
Reds,
the Reds. Who is the fifth hitter in this lineup?
Gavin Lux.
It's Gavin Lux. Gavin
Yeah,
Lux
that's
is the 5 hole and the DH in this lineup. You could have had Munataka Murakami in that slot. Are you serious? Like they finally have a core of guys. Matt McLean cannot be as bad as he was last year. There's no way. And it normally takes 2 years. You saw it with Corbin Carroll of that shoulder injury that he had. It takes more than a year. It's normally that second year where they're kind of back to who they are. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as he was his rookie year, but he is too good to be as bad as he was last year again this year. Ellie De La Cruz looked good last year, and I think his power numbers will come back as they kind of I see the smile coming there. I think his power numbers will get better in these than they
Can
would
you
in
can you
second half.
answer me? Can you answer me who our hitting coach is, please? I would just like to know real quick. I just want his name.
I that
Do you know the name for the Reds hitting
I
coach?
definitely do. Oh my god, it's why am I blanking on this?
Okay, I'll help you out here. It's Chris Valeka. Now,
Oh, that's
Chris
not who I thought it
Valeka,
was.
oh, he came with
What does
Terry
Napoli do?
Francona. He is a bench coach.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Now, Chris Valeka comes from Cleveland, where their infamous hitter outside of Jose Ramirez is Steven Kwan, who's known for hitting nice line drives into the gap. They Cleveland is not a power hitting team, and we brought their hitting coach, so there's nothing to say that he has any intention on making any of these Reds batters power hitters when you can just drive the ball opposite gap and line out to the left fielder instead.
I mean, it's just like they finally have like the start of a core, and this pitching staff is so good. At least the bullpens, whatever. But this starting rotation: Hunter Green, Andrew Abbott, Brady Singer, Nick Lodolo, Chase Burns. That is a good rotation. And if the offense was anything near good last year, this team is not playing the Dodgers in the first round and is the looking at a division title race, and just like do I know we always say do something. This is not what we meant by do something.
And I just can't believe how tone deaf the Reds front office is to where they make these moves and don't expect to just get absolutely torn to shreds by the fan base. Because, like I said, most of them have definitely. My dad has no idea who Dane Myers is.
No.
I could tell him that he's a like Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, and he'd believe me just as much as if I told him he's the worst player that's ever stepped on a baseball field. So like none of these you don't get ticket sales from trading for Dane Myers. You don't
No.
get ticket sales from signing JJ Bleday because there's a good chance that Dane Myers is playing for AAA Louisville Bats
Yeah.
halfway through the season,
There's
and I
these
wouldn't even be
guys.
surprised.
I would be they both have one option. I think both of these guys spend time in AAA this year. And as of right now, outside of Caleb Ferguson, these are the big moves. Like your big moves cannot be in AAA at some point throughout the year. And I would say I would put it at a 90% chance that both of these guys are in AAA at some point.
It is really bad when the Reds have managed to make moves this offseason that you look back at a Jameer Candelario sign and you're like, well, at least they tried.
Yeah.
At least they
At
tried
least they
something.
gave 40, and even at the
At
time I
least
didn't
they
like that
tried.
signing, but like this team, I don't even it's not crazy. This team is worse than we were at the end of last year.
This team is
Undoubtedly.
significantly worse. They
Sorry, they bring
they
back
haven't.
Emilio Pagan. That was a good move. I think. I don't know that he's gonna be as good as he was last year. And even I had a heart attack at times when he was coming in the game with how much homers he gives up. If he cuts down the homers, he'll be one of the best relievers in all of baseball. But like, go get a bat, like an actual bat. Go get someone who you can slot hitting fourth or fifth in this lineup, who is boom 25 to 30 homers. Gonna be go get Cody Bellinger. I hit the contract that he wants is ridiculous. He is not getting 400 million. I don't care, but go get someone that makes me excited about the season. Because can you tell me who the big move is in the last 2 years for the Reds?
Is this not including Jameer Candelario?
He was not. No, no. Last 2 years. What's the biggest move the Reds have made?
They traded for Brady Singer.
Okay, yeah. I was going. They hired Terry Francona.
Oh well, I mean,
Like,
that's neither here nor there.
going into last year, I was excited for the season because I'm like, oh, we got Tito. Like, let's see what he does with the team. We make the playoffs. We got all this momentum. I know we got swept by the Dodgers, but the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Like, all this momentum and a young, fun team. Let's go make a splash. Oh my God, we're looking at Schwarber. We're offering him big money. We're in talks with the White Sox for Robert, and it's JJ Bleday and Dane Myers. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's not another noteworthy move. Like, I would not. I don't know that it does happen, but I would not be surprised if this is the opening day roster.
And I think arguably the best or biggest difference maker post trade deadline for the Cincinnati Reds was Miguel Andujar.
Yeah.
And there's no way he is looking for a pricey contract. He could probably get signed to 5 million to $8 million. You
Oh,
could
I don't
probably bring
even
him
think
back.
it's that much.
I think 1 year, 5 million
Yeah.
would probably gets him back. And now his spot is blocked by 29-year-old Dane Myers, who has never posted. He posted a 113 OPS plus in 44 games in 24. And yeah, it's like his slugging was still sub 500. And so now his Miguel Andujar, who batted 318 last year, spot has been taken by Dane Myers.
I mean, it's just like, not to mention, Nick Martinez is still not on this team. I don't think I figured he was going to be a shoe-in to come back. I don't think the money can't go to pitching. You can't go and sign, like, Nick Martinez is going to want a big contract. He's earned a big contract. He's pitched well, and he's been asked to do everything that the Reds asked him to do. He did. Some team is going to pay him. It cannot be the Reds. You cannot go give Nick Martinez 3 for 60. That you can't do that. Zach Littell, fine, let him go. We've got young guys. Louder's back. Fine. Austin Hayes is gone. You're not going to get him. Andujar gone. You re-sign Pagan. Barlow, Suter maybe comes back. Barlow, like, but those again, none of those were splash. Like, you signed Michael Chavis to a minor league deal. Congrats. Like, I just don't even. I have no words for these signings.
And the thing is, Austin Hayes, they signed him to a 1 year contract. Nothing crazy money wise. It wasn't over the top. He played good. And there was still so much flack that he caught from Reds fans because they weren't performing to the standard I guess they thought that he was going to be. So I can't even imagine what people are going to think when they watch JJ Bleday strike out for the fifth time in opening day and snap his bat over his leg as he's getting booed out of the stadium. He has $1.4 million, and then the rest of his contract is performance based incentives. And I honestly don't think he probably gets a single one of those. So it's going to probably stay at the $1.4 million mark. Now, I hope that he turns into some mysterious magical slugger and pops off like 15 homers in the first couple weeks of the season. But nowhere in his track record as a Major League Baseball player has he shown that that's even a possibility.
By the way, if you were looking at Baseball Reference, Fangraphs is even lower on both Dane Myers and JJ Bleday. They have them combining for 13 homers this next year. 4 from Myers and
Well,
9 from Bleday.
Bleday had 20 in 2024, so he has
In
a
Miami,
potential.
yeah. That was Miami, correct? He was still in Miami in 24? Or was
No,
he in
he was an
already?
Oakland
Okay.
Athletic there.
Okay. So maybe it was when he was in Oakland still is when I was thinking of. It was like, okay, Bleday is kind of back. To where we want to get.
2024, 2024, he posted an actual decent year um, with a 120 OPS plus.
Okay.
He played
That's it.
159. He played 159 games. He had 20 homers, 43 doubles, 243 average. If the Reds get that JJ Bleday, if that's what they're banking on and that's what they get, this would be a extremely good pickup. But he goes to play in an even easier ballpark now. It's Sacramento. Who knows what that
That's
plays
worse.
into on your game day experience? But he gets worse. So he plays in a more hitter friendly ballpark and becomes a worse hitter. Is that I don't know. So if you're going to bank on him rebounding to 2024, you might as well just like roll a dice and shake the magic 8 ball to see what your
It's
season
Gavin
results are going
Lux
to be.
again. It's you're hoping for the best possible outcome that we've seen from him. And like you said, only played 98 games last year. The Reds aren't exactly very healthy in the outfield. TJ Friedel is going to miss time at some point. He has. That's what he's getting older, and he plays a hard center field where he's going to miss time. And that's probably a little bit with the Dane Myers thing of you don't want to be trotting out some of the guys. Will Benson should not be playing center field on this team, like he was last year.
Well,
Um,
Spencer Steer will be playing left field.
Fangraphs currently has him playing first base.
Yeah, well, that's really good because what are you going to do with your number one prospect?
Currently, this is where I do disagree with Fangraphs. They have Sal Stewart coming off the bench. There's no way he can come off the bench. He has to be in this lineup. So let's say this then. I agree. I think Spencer Steer should go back out to left field. I know he's a great first baseman, but or no, actually, I would keep Steer at first, and I would just DH Sal Stewart and move Gavin Lux to the bench. He doesn't need to be playing every day. But I guess you want him in against righties. So if let's go down your road. If they put Steer out in left field, now your two big outfield signings are both on the bench.
These are not big outfield signings.
No,
These
no,
are
they're not big. But the Reds, these are going to be their big signings. I think. I don't think they signed a big name.
these two players are below replacement level.
Yeah,
Like they are below replacement. So it's not they're not big signings. I could be if Dane Myers got shot out of a cannon and landed in Pittsburgh and was playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates, I could care less. Like I would have no impact on me. There's no way that we're gonna DH Sal Stewart, who is just trying to develop. Like he's trying to develop. He's trying to become a major league player, and
yeah,
we're gonna stick him at DH because we signed an absolute naval warship at third base. That's just never going to leave. He can't move. Like he's not going anywhere else. Brian Hayes is playing third
yeah,
base
yeah, yeah.
until his legs fall off. So
Which he plays great at third
that's
base, by the way.
he
Would
does
love to
play
see more
great third
offense out
base,
of him, but yes,
and he swings a wet paper towel roll at the plate. So again, it's not helping the offensive side. I'd rather Brian Hayes as a -4 defensive run save defender and hits 35 homers a year. That would be much nicer because defense doesn't need to win the Reds baseball games. They have a good enough pitching staff that they like regular right at average defense and a above average offense, they would be World Series contenders.
yeah,
But instead, we have a above average pitching staff, a above average defense, and one of the worst offenses you've ever watched in your entire life. And unfortunately, that's not how you win baseball games at any
no,
level, let alone the Major League Baseball
it's
level.
unreal. These it hurts even worse that they finally came out and said what we have all said for forever. They need a corner outfield big bat. They came out and said it. That's what they needed. It's why they were wanting Schwarber, even though he was going to DH. They need a big bat. We play in such a hitter friendly park to have this bad of an offense. And I mean, I don't know. Let's get to the one new signing that we can get excited about, which is Caleb Ferguson. Um, this he's gonna be great. This is exactly what we need in the bullpen. A lefty, he can pitch against both. He's good against both, but a lefty nonetheless. Biggest thing about him is he doesn't give up homers, which is exactly what we need. He was 100th percentile in hard hit percentage, so best in baseball, and 99th percentile in barrel rate. So he's not going to strike out a bunch of guys. He's not going to get swings and misses, but he's going to keep the ball in the yard, which is exactly what the Reds need.
Yeah, well, after watching Sam Wall come running out of the bullpen to face lefties, righties, Shohei Ohtani, didn't matter. The ball's over the wall. Doesn't who cares? So if he doesn't give up a ball over 110 in his first two appearances, this will be considered a success because Sam Wall probably would give one up over the riverboat within his first couple appearances this year. If he makes the bullpen, you can put a bookmark on it. There's probably a ball going over the riverboat in center field. So any sort of left-handed pitcher is going to be a plus for the Reds. Now, Ferguson played for both Pittsburgh and Seattle last year and had a above average ERA plus at both places, so that's encouraging. He's been pretty steady with his ERA plus 2024. A bit of a weird season for him there.
Yep.
Um,
Moved
not
around a lot, didn't he?
He was at both the Yankees and Houston. He didn't see as many innings as he's had. It's just hopefully you can just
He was
discard
bad in New York.
2024.
He was bad in New York,
Yeah,
and he was good in Houston.
hopefully you can discard 2024. Hope that that's just like a bit of a New York big lights, whatever. But if you get last year's Caleb Ferguson with 116 ERA plus, you're going to be excited about that as a lefty for the Reds. But it's just once again, I don't know. Caleb Ferguson should not be your most exciting signing in an offseason. Like he's a really good depth left-handed bullpen pitcher, but we shouldn't be circling back here and being like the one signing that we can get excited about is Caleb Ferguson.
Yeah.
Because
It's
once
a great
again,
depth piece. It's a great bullpen piece. But it can't be the marquee signing. Hey, yes.
once again, your average Cincinnati Reds fan who likes to watch the Reds when they play, doesn't follow too much attention to Major League Baseball, has no idea who Caleb Ferguson is.
Yep.
Like they don't know him. It's not a signing that gets the fan base excited. You're not selling tickets, Nick Kroll. I don't know if the Castells have been selling moldy produce recently, like where the money's gone, but uh, you honestly just sell the team to Elon Musk. He wants to build a Tesla factory in Cincinnati. Just get it over with. At least then we'll have someone who has some sort of money that they can spend.
It's just like ah, it's so frustrating. And I know we shouldn't expect better because we haven't gotten better. We don't want to pay guys. Like the only way I'm really okay with this is if it comes out that we are extending Ellie on some big deal, which isn't going to happen. They're not going to do that. They're going to trade him before they give him a big contract. They can't. I don't think the Reds think they can afford him. I think internally, I believe the Reds think we can't afford him. We're going to enjoy him. They're going to do. Obviously, the Nationals gave Soto a big offer, but they're going to do what they eventually did with Soto and package him and try to get a bunch of prospects. Which look how that's worked out. They've got James Wood, who looks great, but no one else
Mackenzie Gore,
who they're trying to trade. Like the Nationals are one of the worst rosters in baseball.
CJ
It's
Abrams.
another guy that they could be looking to trade. Like I don't know. It's so frustrating that JJ Bleday and Dane Myers are like, hey, we did something. I guess is it better than nothing? I don't know.
You honestly, as a Reds fan with one of the more rational takes, you would honestly hope that the FBI starts investigating the Reds for money laundering because that's the only reason that this team would stay profitable in the long run. They seemingly do nothing to keep their fans'
Yeah.
attentions, so they have to be affiliated, allegedly, with the Sinaloa drug cartel, and they're just running heroin out of the back of the stadium. Like, I don't understand how they can sit here and not do anything and still maintain profitability in the long run. It just doesn't make sense. Do you have any opinions on that?
I don't think I have much to add to that. Wow. Yeah. That's that's certainly a take. Um I think it's a good place to wrap this up. Oh my god. Yeah. Appreciate you guys for watching. Let's talk red. We got the socials at the bottom of the screen there. You see all of our Instagrams. Make sure to follow that one in the middle there with Let's Talk Reds to keep up with more content like this. Talking about how the Reds apparently have drug cartel.
Allegedly, that is big.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, there's an asterisk there.
Allegedly.
Now,
No, I wish we
three-letter
did because we'd have more money to spend. Anyway,
if three-letter agencies show up to the stadium, you might know why they're there.
we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and let us know how you feel about this offseason so far and what do you want to see the Reds do next. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Let's Talk Reds. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. Also, leave a comment letting us know what you think we missed or points you would like to see us make in a future episode. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more just like it, click on one of the videos on your screen right now, and let's go Reds.